So, nice. Well played. Well played, Ivan.
So what did he take?
When that happens, so the man slowly gets up and falls to the ground, clasps his hands. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So what'd you take, friend?
You've bought my life. What?
What'd you take? Yeah.
Ringer at this point steps forward. Please. He indicates to the man to answer your question. The man holds up only a few silver coins. Ringer kneels. I need you to go back to where your master lives. Gather the slaves. Take as many valuables as you can, and meet us just south of the bathhouses in the center of town. Can you do that? The man nods. This is good. Be quick. The man runs off.
Intriguing. So basically we avoided a fight to free him.
Yeah.
It seems, friends, we have made a valuable new ally.
Good job, Evan.
I hope that this will return on your generous investment. So now, that gets you here now. Deeper and deeper into the Howlings.
I'm going to send you the photos I took. Do you want me to annotate them with what each of them represents in the thing, or do you think you can figure it out?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Annotations might be nice. I'll give me ideas for the quotes to tie to.
I'm trying to move it.
Oh no, GM's pulling out dice. That's never good.
Right?
So as you quietly round the corner, you hear some commotion. You hear some commotion. It sounds like you hear the voices in Scald. You hear mumbled voices, two normal-sounding people talking, and then in response, two deep, throaty, guttural, almost monstrous voices responding in threatening ways. Before you investigate, perhaps it's best to sneak ahead to see what's going on, so as not to involve yourselves in where the commotion is
That's what
happening.
I'm going to do.
Would anyone like to sneak ahead to scout?
Actually, I would like to try and sneak up onto the roof and listen, see what's going on from up there, get a nice vantage point.
You have time to do that. We're out of combat. Take your time climbing up onto the roof.
And then perceive what I can.
Cool. So make a stealth roll. Make a stealth roll at a plus 4.
Wow.
Because you're on a roof.
Yeah, so
13 plus 4, 17.
17, okay. Anyone else sneaking ahead? Kyler, roll your stealth.
Do they have, does this city have lamp posts?
Yes.
I'm gonna parry.
Perch on a lamppost.
And perch on a lamppost.
There are lampposts, they're lit magically. Not by gas lamps, but by the 0 level spell.
Oh, okay.
The cantrip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and we don't put those glasses in the shop.
I can make that. I did take one craft warrior set.
Okay, Kyler, what was your... Okay, remember what your stealth rolls are, because... About to roll here. Damn it.
Unnatural
Okay.
20. Oh, wow, unnatural 20.
Okay. Oh, let's see. Okay, that's a 29. What was your stealth?
22.
22. Son of a bitch. Okay, you move here. So, as you round the corner, as the two of you sneak around the corner to see what's going on, you see...
Oh, I'm on the roof.
You're on the roof,
Yeah.
right. You're on the roof, I know, yeah. So, sneaking into the area, you see that 2 ice trolls have stopped 2 white-haired humans. The ice trolls are large. Blue skin, white animal pelts.
Like Skyrim.
Trolls. They're speaking in Scald.
Do you want to take the clips out of that PDF, the screenshots, so we can put them in the video when you show us? They can see.
Yeah. Could I send them to you or something? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's definitely do that. I was hoping to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you just take a screenshot of the PDF.
We'll just
Something.
cut it out.
Because you have that nice high DPI screen, so leave us a screenshot.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's a good idea. So anyway, we're now these trolls are wearing each of them has an emblem on their armband that suggests that they belong to some sort of faction.
What kind of check that we didn't know what it is?
Knowledge local.
Ooh, I roll a knowledge local because I'm actually pretty good at that. I rolled a 26 for knowledge local.
I rolled an
26?
8. Because not one.
I have a 28 knowledge level. So pretty much the same check as him. Over 20.
Okay, so you recognize. So those of you, the two of you passed with your knowledge locals. You recall earlier before entering the city, Ringier mentioned that the Iron Guard, which was White Throne's law enforcement for thousands of years, for hundreds of years, 1,400 years. The Iron Guard had sworn loyalty to Baba Yaga. You heard news that the queen who has overthrown Baba Yaga, Queen Elvana, has purged the Iron Guard and replaced them with the Winter Guard, which is loyal to her. These trolls belong to the Winter Guard. Loyal not to Baba Yaga, but her traitorous daughter.
And do trolls
So-
speak giant?
They do speak giant, yes.
So I can understand them.
Yeah. Well, they're speaking Scald.
In this case,
to
yes,
the
right.
to the humans, which white hair, blue eyes. These humans are likely winter wolves in human guise. They seem to be arguing with each other. While the trolls are big and strong and talking down to the winter wolves, the winter wolves are responding.
Disaffected. They're like,
with,
"Hey."
are responding with just as much authority and anger.
Because really, they're bigger.
It seems as though, yeah, well, they're the same size. In true form, they're the same size. It seems as though they're having a dispute over who has the authority in this district. This is the Winter Wolves' designated district. It's
Yes.
theirs to control, but the trolls are part of the Winter Guard, which are Queen Elvana's personal law enforcement. So who exactly gets to say what goes on here? So, the two of you sneaking back, you're not sure if the trolls saw you. Sneaking back,
Yeah.
the two of you sneak back and relay this information to the rest of your friends. Ringier confirms that is in fact true. The Winter Wolves and the Winter Guard are constantly at odds over who has the authority in the Howlings.
Yeah.
This is going to turn violent. Trolls are monsters.
I smell opportunity.
Trolls are monsters, and these Winter Wolves will eventually get the diplomatic upper hand. This is their district, after all. The trolls are probably going to place their anger somewhere. If not on the Winter Wolves, probably on us. We need to act fast to figure out how exactly we're going to deal with this. Now, we move quickly, the forger lives in this house right here. If we can make it to him,
Is this Rangier speaking?
Ranger, yes, the forger Morin lives right here. If we can get to his house and he lets us in, we should be able to avoid the combat, but we're going to have to act fast. As soon as you start saying this, you hear one of the trolls angrily smash its club into the ground out of frustration. The winter wolves snarl in response, and the trolls begin to stalk past the winter wolves as the winter wolves then exit the Howlings. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh no. Do you want me to roll initiative for you?
I can roll my initiative real quick.
Mine is 18 plus 2. I got 20.
I get plus 7, so I have a 14. We don't check.
It's a 17, right?
Yeah.
20.
So I have another 24.
I've got a 14.
I got a 20. I got a 10.
Evelina, what'd you get?
20.
Evelina got a 20. Who's next?
18.
Nice! You filled the fish with an 18. Who's next?
14.
14. Elliot with
Elliot.
14. Kyler?
10.
10. Dylan's got here. How ironic. Oh, look, Ivan's going first. Ivan, it's your turn. So I don't know if you can see this. The ice trolls are around this corner. It's only a matter of time before they get to you. But down this slope here, in this small cul-de-sac, is where Morin lives. If you can get to Morin's house, which is this area right here, you'll be safe.
I might be able to do it. I have 10 extra feet of movement. What about the rest of you?
I'm still on the roof.
Oh, are you going?
You went first in initiative. You don't really have time to talk to people. They can't answer back. They're flat-footed.
Yep, you're right, you're right. He pointed out where we need to go.
You go?
We still have that guy with us, right?
He ran off to get the rest of the slaves, steal more things, and then meet at wherever south of the bathhouse is.
But I own him. Man.
Can you grind the
I
trolls?
don't really. That's probably a bad idea. Fine.
Wait, does
You
that
just
mean
hear
you
me
guys are all
say.
going to peace out? and leave
You
me to
just
the troll?
hear me say, "Run!" and then I run to the
We're to the house?
to the house.
So this area right... Sorry, I should have drawn this out better.
Like, actually,
This patch right here is solid shoveled snow. It's rough terrain. But everything else is packed and easy to maneuver.
Wait, how long of a stretch is the rough terrain?
So you're here. So if you're 5, 10, 20... Well, 5... Let's see here. 5, 10. You do your swift action to teleport.
To teleport 10 feet, yeah.
You can teleport through the rough terrain. 5, 10.
Oh, I have something to traverse rough terrain.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
All my abilities.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. You're at the house.
Cool. Okay.
Man, you guys are you guys ditching me to the trolls? Is that
So, Evelina.
I think that
Do you follow
idea
Ivan?
is to run.
Yeah, because when I also have the I know, but ability they to go go over before terrain us.
You
without-
do. You are not affected by rough terrain because you're a
No.
druid. You have something called woodland stride.
That's what it is. I'm like, I don't remember exactly what that I have 30 feet.
So 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. You're at the house.
Perfect. And Siegfried's in my bag, so.
Siegfried's in your bag. Okay, at this point, Ringier runs with you.
Yeah, run away.
Yeah, run away. He knocks on the door. Morin! It's me, Ringier. Opens the door. We're in great danger. Or whatever. We're in great danger. There's 2 ice
All of a sudden
trolls.
we have an Italian Russian.
The 2 ice trolls are going to kill us with their big magic clubs. They're going to put them in our noose.
By the way, how
So-
does your ceremony?
By the way, Morton, how was your ceremony? And
And then keeping it in temperature boiling. I'm guessing very concerned. Oh wow.
Hot.
I was.
Ranger,
Feels fast.
welcome back.
Feels very round stuff.
He opens his door and, without question, allows the two of you to enter.
Nice.
You're safe. You are safe. You make it in there. And we are now on to, looks like, Billfish.
I run as
Out
well.
of there.
Yeah.
My speed is 20.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Shit.
5, 15, 20. As a move action, you just smash through all this snow.
Do you want the spray?
5, 10, 15, 20.
Wow. Fat man makes
Full
it.
action.
Yeah.
Does he destroy the packed snow and clear it?
He smashes through it, but it's still rough terrain.
Well, I don't
Okay.
pack it. Then
It still counts as rough terrain.
Maybe even rougher now.
Okay, Elliot.
What shape is the roof? And is this a snowbank?
That is a snowbank. That
So
will-
I can get
that
off
will-
the roof and get.
Yes, you can actually. Yes, so there's steepled roofs, so
Yeah.
you can easily slide down the roofs into the snowbank
And then
and continue on.
get my full.
Here's the
2
thing.
move actions.
Kyler,
You guys are ditching me. to
Kyler's
the
still
trolls.
here.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
If you were to rip off his rime pelt, pick him up as a small halfling, you'd be able to get him out before the trolls come.
How much does Kyler weigh? Would that reduce my
Like
movement?
30 pounds.
Yeah, like 30.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's
Halflings
but
are tiny.
but that puts me over my limit and it starts to reduce my movement.
Okay,
'Cause I can
yes.
only carry 33
But
pounds.
then her cover's pretty blown, right? It doesn't.
And I'm already
They
carrying
haven't
like
seen
16
they haven't
pounds.
Doesn't
seen you
she
yet.
have more movement speed because she's medium sized then? Yeah, 30 while
Yes.
wearing a rank pouch.
Hold on, there's a table in here about what.
It is. If that puts you over, yes. If that puts you at medium encumber,
medium
encumberment,
encumberment, it
you're at
does.
20. You're at 20 feet. Just saying that
That's
that's
fine.
that's an option if you'd like to try to save.
I think
Kyler.
so because otherwise Kyler's totally screwed.
Yeah, you guys.
So I'm pulling off Kyler's rhyme pelt,
if anything, I should.
grabbing Kyler, throwing her over my shoulder.
So Kyler got a great stealth check. Did they see her?
It doesn't matter
You're not
if they
sure.
come around the corner.
You're not sure if they saw her or not.
We don't know. But I do that. I slide down the roof, come around, grab Kyler, pull off the rhyme belt, throw her over my shoulder.
Backpack.
Yeah.
Backpack.
Backpack style, Kyler like
Backpacks,
grabs
back-
around and is like piggybacking.
That means that.
And I can only move 20 feet, but I have 2 move actions.
Yes, you do. So 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Barely made it. Oh snap!
Backpack.
Oh, you just get a 40?
Yeah. Because I did 2 move actions, but I was encumbered because 33 pounds is my limit
Oh, well.
before I become medium encumbered. And then what's mine for largely encumbered again? For like severely encumbered?
I think you're still at 20, but your AC. There's an AC penalty that comes with the speed penalty.
Yeah.
The speed penalty is always just 10, but the AC penalty worsens.
Gotcha.
It's 1 and then 3.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, do you know what the weight is for that level of encumberment by any chance?
It should be on the table. It's probably like
I was
100.
looking for the table. Yeah, I think it's something pretty severe.
It's up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys avoided a lot of fights, which is good.
Yeah.
That's good that you did that.
Yeah.
You didn't fight the Mirror Man. Aside from the.
Oh, you could have?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I'm surprised.
This,
but
this
I'm
game,
surprised.
we're doing it chapter based, not ESL.
Mhm.
True, yes, you get nothing to fight all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just fucking avoid all the fights you can.
Oh, with that, yes. It does make a cool sound. I like it.
I don't know why I'm surprised that you could have fought with as
Actual
Mirror Man.
page flipping.
So, houses flank each other
Yeah,
on this
it
quiet
is.
side street. The street dead ends at a house lacking any but the most basic
Sorry.
gingerbread wooden trim. All of the building's windows are shuttered and closed. So, you meet Morton, who is an inconspicuous, small human man. Ivan, you like him. He's a wizard. You have engaging conversations with Morton. Anyway.
What?
Fuck him.
I just appreciate that you direct that toward me. I'm just like,
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Just so that you were Kyler.
It's like, oh yeah, tell me more.
Tell me more about your wand crafting. So, Morton is completely bald and wears eyeglasses. So you sit down, you have some tea, you light a fire, you hear the whole backstory. You end up finding out that Ringier met Morton years ago when the forger worked as a con artist and a smuggler, just like Ringier, supplementing his craft with magic. Morton was arrested several years ago, was tortured by the Iron Guard, and faced execution before he made a daring escape. He suffered a mental breakdown as a result of the trauma and is now agoraphobic, rarely leaving his home here in the Howlings.
Agoraphobia is pretty debilitating.
It's insane. Yeah.
Oh, puppy!
He's asleep.
I want 7. Oh my god. I want 1700. Love how this number just keeps getting bigger. Literally every time.
Yeah, that gave me just enough time to catch up on what's going on here. So,
Perfect.
you're now at Morton's house, the agoraphobic forger.
Really
We
feels
can
like
do
hard
more.
there's like 7
We can
of
do
those.
more.
You have some interesting conversations with Morton.
Oh, man. Did you catch that?
You mentioned how you snuck past the trolls, and Morton says it's good that you snuck past the trolls because if you didn't, you would have had to. We would have had to chop their. We would have had to have chopped their bodies into tiny pieces and disposed of them in the fireplace. Because well, no one likes trolls here in White Throne aside from other trolls. Burning them in the middle of the street is going to upset more trolls.
That's fine. We'll just burn more trolls.
Yeah.
No,
Bigger fire.
we're
The trolls are mighty. It is best to stay out of their way. Respect their strength. So,
Respect is strong.
after a brief argument with Ranger, Morton grudgingly agrees to forge papers for you for no charge.
So run. We could also run. instead.
Run, yeah, ×5, I think, to your movement speed. You
Uh,
have to run in a
times-
straight line.
It's ×3 or there's run ×3 and run ×4.
Don't you have to run in a straight line? You can't be.
Yeah,
like,
you have to run.
Yeah,
this
probably.
you can't run like around corners and through rough
Yeah.
terrain.
But can you not run through rough terrain?
No,
Yeah,
you
you
can't. run
trip.
through it.
It just says a character can't run for an extended period of time, has to run and rest cycles effectively work out a hustle. Hold on, there's terrain.
Could we have flipped over it? Like acrobat?
Oh.
It doesn't really say, at least not in the overland movement section.
My horse has a speed of 50.
But we could hustle.
Where is your horse?
So there's
It's
hustle,
in the
which kind of
front,
adds
really.
like
I have to call
Oh.
it doubles your.
I thought hustle was an overland movement thing. It wasn't something you can do.
it. Yeah,
I could actually hustle for 1 hour without a problem.
And he just goes.
So that's an overland thing.
Yeah,
I gotta
okay.
love it.
It's overland movement.
It's a full round.
Gotcha.
action.
Versus
Yeah.
tactical movement
Tactical movement, yeah.
and local movement.
Yes.
Okay, a character will run for a number of rounds equal to his constitution score. See chapter 8 for rules for recovering stuff. So
Yeah. Is that a yeah?
okay, I'll defer to you on that one because
I think yeah.
you've been doing this a lot.
I've
longer than I
always
have.
played it out of combat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. No, okay. Cool.
So Morton goes to forge some documents here. He points out that depending on what documents he forges will require different things. Ideally, he would like to. It would be ideal to forge documents marking you as members of the Stiliagi, who are the noble class here in White Throne, who can claim direct descendant line to the current reigning queen.
Even me.
Well, here's the thing. Stiliagi, they are free to travel. They're free to leave Irisin, and they often like to collect strange guests from foreign lands to come here to show them off.
And
So-
fuck them.
Yeah.
I feel belong.
Unfortunately, the only one of you here who is human is Elliot. So he would be the only one that I could conceivably make a Stilyaji papers. I could forge Stilyaji papers
Which
for.
sucks because I can't bluff my way out.
The rest of you, I would either have to create papers labeling you as his guests or as his slaves. Now keep in mind, a slave is not ideal because slaves are not permitted to wear any sort of armor beyond padded leather and cannot possess any weapon beyond a dagger. So if you want to hold on to all of your impressive equipment,
What do
Oh.
winter wolves count as?
a winter wolf would never be enslaved.
Real quick, while we're dealing with the load stuff, the other 3 boxes, lift overhead, lift off of ground, and drag or push. It's your maximum load, your heavy load, times 1, 2, and 5.
Yeah.
For
I think
those
it's
boxes.
printed on there, isn't it?
It's
Oh, it's not! Oh, shit. Pathfinder.
Yeah.
In 3.5, it was like printed on. It's like times 3.
Yeah, it was actually like written on.
It was written on
Yeah.
there. I'm like,
So,
Expressed
for the second column on the right with the 3 boxes, take the bottom left box and multiply it by 1, 2, and 5.
Are you supposed to do the max abilities?
Yes.
It's 100.
Yeah, you and I have the same one, right? 33, 66, 100 because we're both strength 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so do that. 33, 66, 100, and then you can do 1, 2, 500.
I
Wait,
can drag
he's-
400 pounds.
He's only half orc, right?
Yeah.
I mean, assuming the other half is
Yeah, if I'm half human,
human.
because I'm half human.
Yes.
So
You would have
those-
to make a disguise check to make yourself appear human.
That's fine. You can probably do that.
What's a disguise check?
It's
It's
an
a
actual check.
skill.
So you couldn't
It's a charisma
you
check.
could not be a member of
My
the
charisma
Stilyaji
was
if
0.
you're
Oh, yeah, you could do
I
that.
actually thought about have to make it every single time.
The Stilyaji are all humans.
Some skill that
Oh, so they never mate with
I was
other
like, no, I'm not
races.
taking that one.
No.
Yeah.
They're very serious about keeping their line.
So actually are very racist.
So Stilyaji mate with their cousins, basically.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much.
Like-
Well,
like royalty.
or other humans,
No, okay.
Or other. Nope.
or other humans who aren't part of the royal family.
Racist. I want to make mine have red hair with green eyes.
Keep in mind that the only way to get into Irison is magically.
Hmm.
That is the only way you can't pass the borders. There are a bunch of dancing huts that will crush you if you walk. across
That's
the
right.
borders.
I remember you talking about
You
that.
can't enter by foot. You entered here by
So you go
teleportation,
through all
as
their
does
capacities.
all the other foreigners.
Written up.
This is a queendom of magic.
Yeah.
Mundane travel is simply not permitted.
So we have to teleport in.
Mm-hmm.
Someone tweeted at us earlier today. They were like, "Have fun storming the castle?" ? And we're like, "Well," and I said, "Well, we're actually, but more like stealing a hut, but the principle is the same."
Have fun stealing a hut.
And he said,
Have fun storming the castle. Yeah.
and he said, "Have fun with Baba Yaga's stuff." And I was like, "Damn, okay."
That's a good. Yeah, I like that.
I was
I like
like,
that a lot. It's nice.
that you've been paying attention.
Have fun. Yeah, that's nice. Awesome. Well, so more in Forgezy papers. It takes him a few hours to do it because papers in Irison require magic, arcane mark spells
Hmm.
I can help.
to make them. Morton insists, please allow me to. I need no assistance. They must be extremely precise.
He's a very detail-oriented man and very proud of his work.
So
Understandable.
each of you has to make a choice. You, of course, will be the Stilyaji
Yes.
scion.
Yes.
He gives you your papers.
What I have
Now,
to make.
I can either mark. I can make papers confirming you as a Stilyaji guest or as a slave. Stilyaji guests can carry all of their equipment with little question, but they have to behave themselves. They're held to a higher standard.
I'll do that.
Slaves, on the other hand, could act out of line. And so long as they are disciplined by their so-called masters, there will be no question. Depending on how the four of you wish to enter the city, and conduct yourselves throughout its many neighborhoods, what do you think would be best?
Can I disguise myself as a winter wolf?
What?
Yeah, she's doing.
So I was gonna say, as what?
Unfortunately,
That
a
doesn't
winter
work.
wolf in human guise beyond the Howlings is greatly suspicious.
So no, don't
No.
do that.
Because winter
uh,
wolves cannot assume human guises
what-
beyond this one district.
What can the slaves wear and carry? What is the typical acceptable?
Climate appropriate clothing, which you would have an easy time hiding armor beneath. But as far as weapons, no more than a
None.
dagger.
I mean, for me, I don't need weapons.
That might could work for you since you're probably gonna act out.
I don't have a dagger. I have a hand crossbow.
You have a short sword. That might.
I mean-
you could probably have that.
Yeah, you have a short sword, which is pretty much a dagger.
It's
It's a human-sized dagger.
big.
And if I can fit my armor underneath clothes, I don't need any weapons because
True.
I
So
don't
do you
have
two
spells.
want to be slaves then? So that way, if you act up,
You don't have to
it
hit
doesn't
us.
matter.
I'm sorry. Sure. Sure.
Both of you can be my slaves. Then.
It's a little sexist. But yeah, no, sure, that seems fine.
I got
So
a tank.
Evelina's opting to have slave papers.
Yep.
Okay.
Tank
Guest?
papers, Yeah.
Yes, guest from the esteemed Hold of Belkson, home of many orc warlords. It looks like he's wearing the Black Rider's armor. No. That's War Chief armor.
What Black Rider armor? He's wearing the skin of a Yeti.
He skinned it with his bare teeth. Anyway.
We went to it like a treasure.
So, Kyler, slave or guest? Cake or death? Slave or death? Slave or guest?
Slave or death.
Slave or guest?
Probably slave.
Yeah, go with slave.
Slave or guest? Slave. Okay. Slave, guest, slave. Ivan? Slave or guest?
In fact, you have a short spear.
You
Little
should
bag.
be, yes.
Yeah, your bag of holding. There you go.
You can hang out with Siegfried.
You can hold on to Lord's
Siegfried's gonna, like, eat
rapier
it.
as well.
Don't we all have little bag holding?
I could.
You only
be a
have one bag of
guest
holding.
Oh, wow.
There's only one bag of
Well,
holding.
you can hang on to Lord's rapier.
If
Yeah,
I
just throw
mouth
all
off
shit.
to someone or set someone on fire,
Which, let's be
Okay.
honest,
I was gonna say you could be slave and then you could do because like
It doesn't.
you don't have weapons that you'd carry anyway.
That's the thing with me. I'm like, I don't really see any downside. to
no,
doing
I'm gonna
this.
be a guest. I have to behave myself.
All right, if you prefer. I don't quite agree.
I will
But,
be a
you
guest.
A guest. Okay. 3
So-
guests and 2
Don't
slaves.
fuck this up,
Two guests, 2 slaves, and then
Oh yes, 2 guests and yes, a noble, his 2 guests, and his 2 slaves. Excellent. Morton gets to work. After a few hours, the papers are forged. He hands each of you a document. It's only about this. The paper is only about this big. It allows you to fit it into a pocket. He lets you know that in the case of the slaves, it would make more sense for you to carry the slaves' documents,
yes.
and the guests would carry their own.
That works with me. I have tendency to lose shit. Like, carry this for me.
This is
Why
gonna
would you
go
carry the
great.
bag of holding then?
It would be suspicious for a slave to carry their own identification
Yeah.
because if they ran away.
I thought Gefilte was carrying the bag of holding.
Turns out
Siegfried
Evelina
was
is.
in it, and so
I'm
I just.
carrying everything.
That's true.
I seem to have the bag holding because I put Siegfried into the bag.
You should.
Surprise, tiger!
I should not.
Yeah,
Is there a reason or?
because
Oh,
it's
man.
heavy.
Don't
All right.
forget I have a cold
Anyway, so
Yeah,
let's.
wait, do we know
so-
how heavy?
Yeah.
50 pounds.
With the papers forged,
Because for me that's a medium.
is anyone injured?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody is.
You got hit with a bomb.
No,
Yeah, I got
I got
8 damage
injured.
from a fireball.
I got hit 7.
Yes, you got hit. Yeah, you got. Yeah. So after a few arguments with Ranger, Morton agrees to allow the 5 of you to sleep here for the night,
Cool.
to rest up, let whatever went on in the Howlings blow over. But you can't stay longer than one night.
How much do we heal in one night?
So you spend the night, you heal, You get your way. You heal your level plus your Constitution modifier. So you heal 5 plus whatever your Constitution 7. You heal 7 damage.
In your
Okay, is
case.
there anything
I
he can do?
heal 6.
Well, I mean, it's one from
You can lay on hands, but if you really wanted to.
Lay on hands.
Boop, you're full.
Okay, awesome.
You do
We're
that.
going to sleep anyway.
You do that before you rest.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
have
so
a
that
full
way you
allotment
can-
the next
Lay on
day.
hands.
Hey,
Lay on
wait.
hands.
Well, also you get your spells back if you rest.
How do
Yeah.
you guys feel about pitching in like what would it be? I want to say 150 gold. 150 times 6. No, a little bit more than that. 170.
For what?
For me to make a necklace for cure light wounds.
Oh, okay, wait. I can make potions as one of my feats?
But
how
I
much-
can make a necklace that will last for infinity.
Yeah, it's-
I'm saying, like,
charges.
separate from that, I could also probably make some potions.
You have to have
I took the feat.
the feet.
Yeah.
What you took that?
Yeah, I took,
Okay.
brew
So-
potion.
Oh. Okay.
Before you guys,
everybody got the gold they
Bef-
needed
so-
from the list, right?
I'd like to moving on though, real quick. This won't take
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
So you rest up. You wake up the next morning. You prepare your spells. You head out, and you make your way here. So you guys get here, and where there is a checkpoint set up. The exit from the Howlings into the rest of the city has a checkpoint, and there are 2 mirror men standing there. They quietly turn. They quietly look around, and all 5 of you, in a chilling voice inside your head, you hear papers. One of them takes so gefilte fish. You offer your paper. Takes it. Who is your host?
I say, I am hosting this man and this man, and these are my slaves. And I hand over.
So the mirror man takes your paper and your slaves, takes a look at your guests, looks at all of them. Public dancing is not allowed.
That
Be
is
on your
acceptable.
way, still Yaji.
Thank you.
The public what?
Public dancing is not allowed.
Quite specific.
I mean, what if the chicken cuts dance in public?
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
No dancing.
So we can't be squished to death because they only do it by dancing.
Exactly.
Good to know.
Public dancing remains strictly prohibited. It says in its cold telepathic voice as they leave. So, good work. After only 1 violent encounter, the mirror men have no quarrel with you. Had there been 3 violent encounters, they would have asked questions, and if there were 4 violent encounters, they would have immediately attacked you.
Hey, look at us!
Yeah.
Killing it.
So, Ringer, he already has his own forged papers. Ringer joins you as you go into Whitethrone. So the city of Whitethrone is the capital of both Irison and the province of Thronehold. Situated on the northern shore of Glacier Lake, it is home to a diverse population of Jadwiga, Ulfin, those are humans, dwarves, fae, gnomes, ice trolls, snow goblins, and winter wolves.
Wow.
Though most of the Ulfin and dwarves and gnomes are little more than slaves, occupying a much lower position on the social ladder, beneath the Jadwiga and the city's more monstrous denizens. Queen Elvana's eldest daughter, Princess Kasoche, rules Whitethrone. After all, Queen Elvana is a little busy attempting to blanket the entire planet in ice. So, her eldest daughter rules in her stead. Martial law has recently been declared in the city, making it even more dangerous than usual for foreigners to venture outside of the relatively safe Merchant's Quarter. Patrols of Elvana's Mirror Men and Winter Guard are everywhere, and moving through the city without proper credentials can be a death sentence. Nevertheless, trade goes on as it always does, and those with official papers, or forged ones, can still move around the city, provided they watch their step and take care not to attract attention to themselves. So, once you make it out of the Howlings and into the city of Whitethrone proper, Ringer guides you southward to a district called the Flows, where many of the city's elite live. The Flows is called this because it's built atop several hot springs that are tapped into for luxurious purposes. Ranger heads for a small communal bathhouse, catering to well-connected Ulfin just east of the Water Palace. So the Water Palace, let me show you a map here. So this is White Throne, that being north.
Yeah.
So,
you showed us this.
It's built on a lake, carved purely out of ice in the shape of a snowflake, is the Queen's Palace. In front of the bridge, right here in the center, is this massive bathhouse that caters to the elite. That has the strongest connection, most direct connection to the hot springs beneath the ground. Just next to it, though, is another bathhouse. This one, not quite as nice, but still connected to the hot springs. So, this is east of the Water Palace. After a knowing nod to the bathhouse attendant, Ranger leads the heroes downstairs and into the subterranean service tunnels connecting many of the nearby bathhouses, then through a hidden door to a secret shrine. As you enter the shrine, there's a large holy symbol of a bleeding rose. A rose that's petals are bleeding and the blood is dripping down the stem and thorns of the rose. You recognize this as the holy symbol of Milani, who is a lesser-known demigoddess, who was actually originally, she was a half-elf hundreds of years ago, and she ascended to this divine rank, and now she offers her power and guidance to resistance fighters the world over, perfectly in place for a resistance cell here in White Throne, ruled by a brutal totalitarian government. So this area was created by druid members of the Heralds of Summer's Return many years ago. The Heralds of Summer's Return, of course, being the name of the resistance fighters. Mm-hmm. The Shrine of the Everbloom, which is the name of the hideout, occupies a secret underground sublevel beneath the Hidden Gardens, which are these underground gardens because Irison, it's always winter, so how do people grow food? They have hidden gardens. These greenhouses built underground.
Greenhouses?
Greenhouses underground that can generate food. That's what the hidden gardens are. Heated by the hot springs of the Flows, the shrine itself is not very big, but there are living quarters for up to a dozen people, usually occupied by fugitives the heralds help smuggle into or out of the city. There are no mirrors anywhere in the complex.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Ranger introduces
Everybody's hairs.
Ranger introduces you to Solveig Ayardal. Solveig Ayardal. Solveig is a cleric of Milani who leads the Heralds of Summer's Return. A Ranger encourages the heroes to tell Solveig their story, and once she learns of what you've been through and how you've gotten here, she is greatly impressed.
Yay.
So that explains how a half-elf, a half-orc, and whatever you are managed to get in here.
Half-ling.
Yeah.
Half-elf, half-orc, and half-ling.
Yeah, and there's regular elf.
Yeah.
Guest elf, not slave elf. This guy. So,
Who makes fruit?
Solveig tells you...
Even though I don't really care.
So, as you might recall, Ranger could not give you a lot of great information on exactly the whereabouts of the dancing hut. Solveig, on the other hand, might, and she does. She tells you an interesting story. She explains that although Queen Elvana put Baba Yaga's dancing hut on display in the city's market square, that's where wizards will teleport into to trade and then teleport out. It's the most diverse It's the
very
same-
most frequented area.
It's the very well. It's the most international area. So, to illustrate her domination of her mother, she shackled her Baba Yaga's dancing hut in the middle of Market Square for everyone to see.
Oh, it's gonna get tricky to steal.
Here's no. Here's the interesting part. A thick forest, teeming with strange creatures, sprouted up around the hut almost overnight. Some strange sort of defense mechanism that the hut possesses that no one was aware of. After all, no one has overthrown Baba Yaga and captured her hut. The Winter Guard, under the command of one of the Queen's great-great-granddaughters, a white witch that you've run afoul with, Nazhena Vasilova.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I understand you killed her apprentice.
She was the one who had.
Well, this is an interesting coincidence. She was called here to White Throne so she could oversee the Winter Guard. So Nazhena has blocked off the entire market square. They have labored feverishly to cut down the forest, but so far they've only succeeded in halting the forest spread through the entire merchant's quarter. Around the square itself, any trees cut down grow back the following morning. There's no way to get the hut out without going through a small army, no matter how good your forged papers may be. But Solveig has an idea. She tells you that the heralds have made a careful and tentative contact with the remains of the Iron Guard. The former military order loyal to Baba Yaga that Elvana replaced with her own Winter Guard.
Yeah.
Several of the Iron Guard's commanders survived Elvana's purges. Were driven underground. But they hunger for a chance to reclaim the city and all of Irisen for their true mistress, Baba Yaga. Unsurprisingly, the Iron Guard despises Solveig's institution, but the current situation has made the two groups allies of convenience. For their part, the heralds are no supporters of Baba Yaga, but Queen Elvana is by far the most powerful manifestation of the White Witch's rule, and removing her from power would be a telling blow against Irisen's oppressive government. According to Solveig, the Iron Guard is just waiting for an opportunity to launch a counterstrike against the Winter Guard. But one thing stands in their way. One of the Winter Guard's commanders is a white dragon named Logrovich.
Named Logarithm.
Logrovich.
I know.
Logrovich. CH, so I think it's Logrovich. Solveig's cell of resistant fighters is small, and they're guerrillas. They're not trained soldiers. They survive by keeping their heads down and quietly helping oppressed people of White Throne, not by engaging Elvana's minions in open combat. However, you braved and destroyed the Pale Tower by yourselves. If anyone can take down this dragon, it would be you five.
How much information do we have about the dragon?
So, if you were to remove the threat of the dragon, Solveig believes that she could convince the Iron Guard to strike back at the Winter Guard. Such an uprising would be sure to draw troops away from the market square, enabling the heroes to reach the dancing hut with much less opposition. Assuming that you agree to her plan, she offers you shelter in the shrine for the duration of their stay. For the duration of your stay, she's also very happy to sell any things that you might want to get rid of.
Oh, good.
The market square would have been your best bet for selling, but as that's currently choked with an enchanted forest, we're going to have to turn to other means. She sees that you wear she sees that you wear the armor of the Black Rider.
Oh my god, he's good.
So the five of you are on a noble quest, and she'll do anything in her power to assist you.
Just to clarify, next session we're going into a dungeon to fight a dragon.
Yes.
How much information do we have about the dragon ahead of
So,
time? Like, do we know what kind of health it has? What kind of things it can do? What do we know?
So Solveig doesn't have much as far as the dragon itself. but she knows a good deal about where the dragon lives, that sort of thing. Sylvia gives you directions to a clock tower. The white dragon, Lagervik, lives in a clock tower. He's claimed it as his lair.
I'm just looking at the knowledges. Would that be a knowledge nature check?
That's a knowledge arcana to know dragons.
Okay. I think.
So she warns you. She of course.
I can make any knowledge check if I want to.
She warns you. Be ready to fight. Bring fire. Be ready to fight ice trolls, white dragons. Just like ice trolls are weak against fire. Bring fire.
I have flame blade, flaming spear, produce flame. I got all the flames.
Oh, yeah.
I have a torch.
Flaming sphere is fun.
I have all of the flames.
She offers you 3 potions of cure light wounds and 2 skyrocket fireworks.
That sounds nice for facing a dragon.
So, how does it work
What do
with?
those do?
How do creating contraptions work in this game?
So it takes. I have to look. I think it takes hours to craft a
I was
trap.
gonna say like what if we're to make like a parachute and we launch out of a catapult, like.
And then done.
No, seriously, like
You have days to do that, so yes.
right, because like we could do a. We'll just Halo drop it, high altitude, low opening. You know, like nobody will suspect it. Right in the middle of everything.
I can get you cloth, but I can't get you a catapult.
I have rope. I have cloth rope.
That's great that
do
you
we have
have
a
rope.
giant? Do we have anybody that can transform into a giant flying thing?
B-shape. Well, a medium-sized flying thing.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
We're level 5. You're talking about like
Can it be
level
a trebuchet?
13.
Yeah, I
shit, right?
I figured. Anyway.
Anyway.
Oh, she
Build a
tells you,
trebuchet?
when the dragon is killed, when you guys kill the dragon, if you launch one of the skyrockets from the clock tower to signal the heralds, that will also we will prepare attack with the Iron Guard to distract the Winter Guard.
Excellent. Excellent.
To steal the hut.
This is so exciting.
She feels bad that her plan also serves a personal ulterior motive and asks for your forgiveness. But she begs that you consider her proposal anyway.
I mean,
Okay.
Because what you're doing is going to help her.
that's well. What we're doing is going to help us anyway. But
Mhm.
what's in it for you then?
Oh, if the dragon's dead, with the death of the dragon, which is a Winter Guard commander, we will seriously be able to hamstring the Winter Guard.
That's
Which
fine.
would be a huge victory for my organization.
We. Hey, that,
We're like,
I was gonna say that works in our favor.
Yay, helping good aligned people.
Yeah, we're like,
Right?
sure, okay.
So,
I must confess that I'm doing this for somewhat selfish reasons. What are your selfish reasons?
Selflessness.
selflessness, that's what it says.
Well, then in that case, I
Sure.
suppose.
Yeah, fine, yeah.
We have one good aligned party member.
Is that me? I feel
It's the
like
paladin. Well, are you good?
I thought I
Are
would
you
be
good aligned?
neutral good.
Neutral good? Yeah, you can be neutral
That's
good as a
my
druid.
thought.
I am lawful
Yeah.
good to the great
Well,
fort.
Druids
Yeah.
have to be neutral, but
Lawful
I
good to the great fart. I am loyal only
Are
to
you
farts.
what? You're chaotic neutral, true neutral, essentially.
I'm
That
true
sounds true.
neutral.
True neutral, chaotic neutral, lawful good, neutral good. Something. I don't know what
That's
the hell I am.
that's what my alignment is too. Something.
Something.
I haven't bothered to check that out because there was a whole section in the book about the different gods and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and how some of them
I
have
wanna
certain
have a
little
TV.
benefits, like minor things.
Yeah, there's a book. Well, it's not really a book. It's like a tiny, like kind of like a 60
tiny
page,
little mini manual,
like a
thing.
60-page like paperback book called
It's like
Gods
a-
and Magic,
Yeah.
which
There's a little.
there's each god they go into depth over like
Yeah.
the origin story of each god and
Well,
what
that's
they
kinda
stand
cool.
for. It's a fun read, and each god has one spell
Yeah.
that more than just clerics can cast.
Nice.
So like if you're a wizard who worships that god, you get that spell. That's where like an infernal healing is the
Yeah.
wizard spell that Asmodeus, the lawful evil king of hell, grants. So like if you worship Asmodeus but you're not a cleric, you're a wizard, you can cast that spell, which is kind of cool.
Huh.
So
Which is funny because
Because-
all that stuff it just gives you
yeah.
fast
Accord-
healing.
and
Accord-
there's some stuff.
yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like
According to the core rulebook, there's really no benefit to worshiping a god unless you're a cleric or a
Yeah.
paladin.
I feel like once you reach a certain level, whoever you worship should benefit you a little bit because you are a very significant person in the world.
Yeah. I mean,
So
yeah.
everybody understands the lawful, neutral, chaotic, good, neutral, evil grid, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, if not, I can read the short little good
It's-
versus evil,
anyway,
lawful versus
it's
chaos.
it's 11 o'clock. Are we done?
Yeah.
We're done.
I would
Alright.
say this is the end of the session,
Good sesh.
and then
Good
like
sesh.
we can just go over some stuff in the rule book while we're all here.
Yeah.
If you'd like.
Jesse, we're done. I said that to your microphone.
Oh,
I
thank
told you that in the future.